Hello and welcome to All Things Rift, Episode 9. Today I'm still sick, covered from head to toe with hives of all things, but the waves of madness move on and I can't afford to miss them. So for this episode I'm just talking about patch 1.3 and the Waves of Madness event, which I'm actually really enjoying so far. So with patch 1.3 there were some class changes and nerfs, but I don't think that's really the biggest news. We got guild banks, which everyone who runs a guild is very excited about, and we also got free server transfers and stealth server merges. As for the transferring, it works great. I have moved all of my characters onto the server, which will likely be my permanent home. The only pre-transfer stipulation is that you must empty your mailbox before transferring. However, all of your stuff on your character and in your bank will transfer without a hitch. As for the stealth server merges, you may have noticed that several servers are now, but some of them have actually been removed, listed as trial servers. They are supposedly for trial players, and you can no longer create characters on these servers and are encouraged to move your characters from these servers to other servers. Now, I was wondering if it was a good idea to sequester trial players onto specific servers to help cut down gold spammers and such. Plus, let's face it, trial players can be kind of an annoyance to veterans. I mean, it's no fun to befriend somebody, spend time with them, add them to friends, help them out with stuff, only to find out that they are on a trial and have no intention of ever paying the sub. On the flip side, with no veterans on trial servers to help out the new players, it would seem that the conversion of trial players into subscribers would be significantly diminished. And then suddenly it kind of dawned on me, are trial players actually given only the trial servers as options? So I made a trial account, and the answer, not only am I not forced to play on a trial server, but I'm not even recommended by the game to go to the trial server. So my assumption is this: the trial servers are going away. This is Trion's way of allowing players to choose to merge on their own rather than force merging, and hey, it's really not a bad tactic. Players on these servers might be a bit bummed, but individuals or full guilds can choose whatever servers they want to merge into, which is a huge plus. Now, there are a lot of people looking at this and assuming that Rift's population is vacating. That probably is not the case. Server populations, as everyone knows who plays a lot, seem pretty strong. Accounts continue to increase at a very rapid rate, and Trion has claimed that they have actually increased server capacities, diminishing the need for servers. Now, I will say, though, that Rift's numbers at xfire.com, which is a very small cross-section of the player base, did take a significant hit at the beginning of June. This could be that people are beginning to unsub, but it could also be that it's taking the normal MMORPG summer hit. So far this summer, I did not see any MMORPGs on Xfire that are actually gaining. WoW is kind of all over the board. EVE, Lord of the Rings Online, and Minecraft are holding steady, where Rift and Aeon have taken the biggest hits. Regardless, we who have greatly enjoyed Rift thus far know that it's only getting better, and we have a lot to look forward to. Server merges, along with a population decline, were expected. I do question, though, Trion's strategy of their continued plunging prices for Rift this, and happy 4th of July, people. This happy 4th of July weekend sees just crazy low prices on Rift. But on the other hand, they might be trying to make certain that they don't get hit with the standard population drop that plagues most new games. Plus, they're adding content and features at such a rapid rate that they may want to ensure that there are enough people around to enjoy them to keep the positive buzz going throughout 2011. On the other hand, there is a universal perception of value that can't be denied, and when you take your brand new AAA MMO, which is easily one of the highest quality games on the market, and price it down to ridiculously low prices, people who haven't tried it will assume a level of cheapness and perceive that Trion has lost confidence in their game. Now, I wholeheartedly believe that Trion has not lost confidence in their game, nor do I believe that they should, but this will inevitably be the perception of a lot of people, and I hope that Trion's marketing team has taken this into serious consideration prior to setting these sales prices. But those are my thoughts on the subject, for whatever they're worth, and now back to Waves of Madness. In Week 1, when you logged in, you had the Phase 1, The Black Depths quest. As you can see, there are 5 phases in this event. Phase 1 had you talking to the Runeguard dwarves in your capital city. Now, not everything is available at lower levels, but I'm just taking a look at what was available at level 50. The first quest that needs to be done is this Augmenting Wardstones quest, and that still needs to be done, by the way. For Defiance, we have to go talk to Garrod Nallum in the College of Planar Studies. After you talk to him to complete the quest, you'll need to talk to him again to purchase the Ascended Power Augment Wardstone for 50 Planarite. Now, he actually sells a lot of cool items for all different level characters, so it's something you definitely want to check out if you have a lot of Planarite and such. But when you're done with that, you can turn in the quest and pick up Bracing the Ward, a quest that asks you to augment a Wardstone within 5 levels of your own. For level 50 characters, there's only one that I am aware of at the far southern end of Droughtlands. Now, in this case, the Wardstone was activated by the Guardian faction. Now, even though I am on a PvE server, when I attack the Wardstone so I can make it defiant, I am flagged for PvP, and I would imagine that in the evening or weekends, you may find this particular Wardstone to be a hotbed of PvP activity. Remember, too, that to activate a Wardstone requires a planar charge, plus using the Augment Wardstone power also requires a charge, so you may need 2 charges active to complete this quest. Did I mention I have hives? I'm constantly scratching, and I'm going to try and make sure that that doesn't hit the recording, but if you hear scratching noises, that's me and my hive. Sorry to put that visual in your mind. Now, in Phase 1, there were a couple of daily quests that sent me to Shimmersand that have been removed. There was this one that had me slowing the buildup of Plane of Water Forces, and this one that had me collecting Dark Reaver eggshells. And now we can really begin to see how Trion is emphasizing story arc in their events. In Phase 2, against the Storm, these rather menial tasks were replaced by Dire Threat, a Group 5 quest in Shimmersand, and Storm Summoner, which has me heading to Hammernell Fortress in Moonshade Highlands. Oh, and there's a lot of rain. Lots and lots of rain, especially in Meridian. Now, for Dire Threat, you're supposed to get a group together and head down to a location on the beach in Shimmersand where you inspect an artifact and take on a nasty boss. Now here, I actually joined this rogue's team and I'm helping him take down the boss, but I didn't inspect the artifact first, so I didn't get credit for the quest, so you definitely want to make sure you're inspecting the artifact and not joining a team late like I did. As for Storm Summoner, this will take you up to Hammernell Fortress where you're supposed to witness a ritual. What's happening is this dude, Jornaru, is hovering near this water rift, and Scotty Malm, heir of Hammernell, is standing around waiting to fight him. You need to cruise over and speak with Rurik to turn in the quest, and he basically tells you that there is nothing that can be done here except wait for Jornaru to come down. Now, I noticed that this area has changed quite a bit in terms of what is here now versus what was here before the event started, and I wondered how this might affect questing in this area. However, a brief look around showed me that, at least for Defiance, all the quest objectives are still right where they should be. Plus, you'll be happy to know that they've added a particulum in the area that makes travel to Hammernell much, much easier. Other Phase 2 quests are Stopping the Flood, which asks you to close water rifts, and if it slithers, kill it, which has you killing rift creatures from those water rifts. And finally, Touched by the Rain, which has you simply going to Stillmore and collecting these water buckets so that Tekrobar Cool can investigate all of this rain that's falling. Other quests available for the event are Storm Brewing, a Group 5 quest that takes you to the instance Runic Descent. Now, someone had told me that I could just walk in and complete the quest, so I gave it a shot. But when I got in, the map showed me that I needed to go all the way across to complete the quest. And I'm supposed to use this Crystal Remembrancer, but it's not something that I carry in my inventory. And the mobs of level 40 elites, they made very quick work of my cleric. Now, I did try to take my level 50 rogue, but my stealth was broken, so I just ended in further death. Now, we also have something fishy, which has you using Oblo Krusty-Pot's bucket while standing near a wet villager, and you may or may not need to actually kill the abyssal that spawns, depending on whom they choose to attack. Now, of course, all of this is leading up to the opening of Hammernell, which I'm hoping will be a major event like Phase 3 of River of Souls, but then I'm sure that there are a lot of people hoping for the exact opposite, so we'll see. Now, I'm also under the impression that Hammernell is actually not the final phase, at least that's the impression I'm under right now, So there may be like a mop-up phase where we stop this invasion once and for all, and then brace for the one to follow. And that's it for today's coverage of patch 1.3. Unless something worse than hives and sinus affections befall me, I'll do more coverage as the phases progress. As always, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and for all of you stateside here, have a very happy and safe Independence Day weekend.